Hello, dudes. Axel here. It has been a very, very long time, hasn't it? I guess technically I put up a video in April, but that wasn't really one of these sorts of videos. That was its own thing, part of another series that is not related to most of the other stuff that I do. So, yeah, as far as Linuxy stuff, man, it has been months, many months, many months, and I'm sorry for that. Over the towards the beginning of this unplanned hiatus. I get okay, so well, I mean, it wasn't planned that I would be on hiatus like at all, really, except for like back in January, I mentioned that things are going to be slow for the holidays again, as you know, stuff with work picking up, stress and whatnot, and not having time. And that was true, of course. That did happen, and then like went along from there. Things did start to slow down, of course, but I was just still not having a huge amount of time, really. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes I did. Or wait, no, actually. Oh, wait, no. It was after that started, because I think I was doing more streams at that point, because I had also, yeah, because that was around when tax returns came in, so I was able to build my VR machine, which I haven't actually touched in a few months, but, yeah. I need to play some VR games again, but it's freaking hot lately, so I kind of don't want to because it's freaking hot. So, yeah. That's not the point, though. So yeah, that was around like February-ish, but then things kind of started picking up with work-related things again, so I slowed down on the streams once more. I There have been Linux-related stuff, Linux-related videos I wanted to do, but it's just combination of like not having a lot of time in the week for so long, plus just being stressed out by things in general. I've just been really, I guess, demotivated for the past 6 months ish, roughly 6 months, however long it's been, and really like. Long story short, I've got my free time back at the end of May, but even then, even though I had plenty of time to do things, it was just combination of still being kind of demotivated. I still kind of am, honestly. I kind of had to, I really had to push myself to finally do this video. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things. I really want to, but it's just like I since I've been gone for so long, I've been kind of anxious about just jumping back in too. So I guess it's kind of like a chicken and egg situation. It's like that's probably not even the right analogy here, but like I want to get back into it, but then it's been so long, it would feel weird to just jump right back in. But then I kind of have to jump right back in to get back into it at all. So finally, I finally got to the point where I'm just like, okay, brain, you can't move forward if you don't even take the first step. So here we are. I'm back for now. Hopefully, not just for now, but for the foreseeable future. And we'll see how things go going forward. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about. I was kind of already starting to do this back when the VR streams were happening anyway. Um, and I've kind of already done this, but what I'm going to be doing going forward, just going to make it official here. Most, if not all, gaming related content is going to be over on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/Akzel94. And all of my other usual stuff, like the Linux stuff, any vlog type stuff, general updates are going to be here on the YouTube. And I'm also going to start publishing stuff to Library. It's lbry.io. I'll link to that in the description as well. That's a decentralized uh, content hosting service, essentially built around like blockchain technology. I don't know the full details, but it's decentralized, which is cool, and it's free and open source and stuff. So I'm gonna look into that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's the plan right now. I don't know if I'm gonna end up like so with the Twitch with gaming stuff that will also include pre-recorded videos, not just streams. I'm not fully decided if I'm also going to put all the pre-recorded stuff from Twitch onto library. Like, I don't know if I want to keep the library like divided like my YouTube and Twitch are or not. We'll see. I might just put everything on the library, but like it's not like it's going to be a whole lot of stuff there anytime soon anyway, based on how things have been going. So, yeah, I am probably going to put this on library as like my first video for it, even though it'd probably be weird to some of the people if they only found it on there. But that's okay. I don't have to make sense all the time, only when I'm trying to make a point, which I just was. Huh. Anyway, other than that division of content, future plans, I do want to start doing more just general coverage of new releases of Linux distributions. I know back before the hiatus, I did mention I wanted to start doing like beginner's guides. I still want to, but for right now, I'm kind of just wanting to ease myself back into content creation in general. So that's still somewhere in the pipeline. I just don't know how far down it is. I'm not even sure I can see it right now. Wait. There it is. It's hiding, but it's down there somewhere. So we'll get to those at some point. I do, like I said, I do want to look at new distro releases that catch my interest. I want to do a look at Linux Mint 19 as well. That might happen sometime this week. We will see. And what I want to do with that is kind of make those sorts of things like a prototype of what I want my beginner's guides to be. So it's still probably going to be, I don't know what I'm going to call it, maybe something just like a quick look at this distribution, kind of like I did with the Ubuntu 17.10 beta, but I want to make it shorter and concise and focused on like what's new, that sort of thing. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully within the next week or two, I'll do one for Linux Mint 19. Hopefully sometime soon, we're also going to get Elementary OS Juno, and also hopefully soon Solus 4. That'd be great. I did originally also want to do something like that for Ubuntu 18.04, but not only was I just, super demotivated at the time it came out, but also it was like not a whole lot changed from 17.10. Like, we got the welcome screen, and I'm not really sure what else actually compared to 17.10 because it was already on the GNOME desktop. They switched back to Xorg as the default from Wayland, but other than that, I'm not too sure. So yeah, that's the plan for right now. Other than all of that, I did also want to cap this off with what I'm running on my desktop right now. I have changed things up yet again as of a couple days ago. Up until that point, for a couple weeks-ish before that, I was briefly running Elementary because, like, man, I really, like, I like Elementary. I like what their goals are with, having natively written Linux applications and saying, like, fuck you to Electron, basically. But I don't know, I just like tend to have weird little issues that keep pushing me away from it with the desktop, like multi-monitor stuff, for example. Like, if say I want to unplug a monitor, or one of my monitors is the input to that is taken over by like my gaming rig, for example. When I turn that on, it likes to break the Pantheon desktop when like monitors change like that. So that's kind of odd. And not to mention, it's built on Ubuntu LTS, which until Juno comes along, that's still 16.04. So quite old versions of software. And yes, there's PPAs, you can do snaps and flat packs and whatnot, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I try to like the Ubuntu base, but, and I don't know, it's just, it's once things start to get out of date, it's, I don't know. And not to mention some things that aren't actually in the Ubuntu repositories natively that are in something like Solus, which is not a huge amount of things, but it tends to be cool things. Not to mention being the relatively latest versions of them. Not quite super latest versions, but very recent versions, which is cool. Now, yes, there's something to be said for if it ain't broke, don't fix it or update it unless it's a security update. But I'm a millennial, I like new stuff. That's a terrible excuse, but it's true. I like new and flashy stuff. Sometimes even if it doesn't work as well as the reliable things. Although, there is an interesting exception to that compared to a program I am now running on Solus that I was also running on Elementary for a bit. That was, I don't know, for some reason was kind of crappy on Elementary, but it's working just fine on Solus. So, yeah. This video is getting a little long. I might just go ahead and do that whole looking at my desktop thing as a follow-up. I think I'll do that. So stay tuned for, I guess, part 2 of this one. Akzel's current setup as of July, whatever day I do that. Maybe I'll just do that today and then throw it. I might as well. I'll probably do that today and then maybe we'll get a 2 for today. Who knows? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one, dudes. As always, any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below, or I think it's also down below in library, right? Yeah. I've only just started looking at library again, so hopefully that'll be less confusing. Anyway, till next time, this has been Akzel. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.